Pratyusha, and this is my first YouTube video. And I got 13 books in 2,500 rupees only, and today I'm going to share what books I've got. Welcome to my channel. First of all, let me just give one clarity that these books are not pirated or second-hand books. These are all originally published but old editions, and they're all original copies. So yeah, got Room by Emma. This book is apparently about a 5-year-old boy who's kept in captivity with his mother. The context of what his perception is, how about his resilience, integrity, and I've not read it. I waited to do this book haul video. I've yet not read these books. So yeah, I've got Bird Song by Sebastian Faulks. This book is about a young Englishman arrives in Amiens in northern France in 1910 to stay with the Azer family and falls in love with unhappily married Isabel. But with the world on the brink of war, the relationship falters and Stephen volunteers to fight on the Western Front. So his love for Isabel forever engraved on his heart, he experiences the unprecedented horrors of that conflict from which neither he nor the reader of this book can emerge unchanged. The next is this book, The Affair by Claire Allen. Sorcha, the protagonist is Sorcha. Sorcha thought her life was over when she discovered her husband's affair, but somehow she's risen from the ashes of their divorce. Now she's determined to give something back and help other women who need support. I completely picked this book for the cover. Please just look at the cover. This opens like this. See. This book is The Confession by Jessie Burton. It's The Confession by Jessie Burton. It's a Sunday Times bestseller. When Elise Mocho meets the writer Constance Holden, she quickly falls under her spell. Connie is sophisticated, bold and alluring, everything Elise feels she's not. She follows Connie to LA, but in this city of strange dreams and razzle-dazzle, Elise feels even more out of her depth and makes an impulsive decision that will change her life. 3 decades later, Rose Simmons is trying to uncover the story of her mother who disappeared when she was a baby. Okay, the blurb is also quite confusing. Let me read it and give a proper review. This was the book which was in my wish list, Amazon wish list, for a very long time, and the recent original copy is very costly. It was around 1200 or 1300 rupees. This is a historical novel. It's Next Year in Havana. I found this in the book fair, though it's an old edition. I'll show you. After the death of her beloved grandmother, a Cuban-American woman travels to Havana where she discovers the roots of her identity and unearths a family secret hidden since the revolution. I am very excited to read this because I love historical novels. Next is The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. On the eve of First World War, a little girl is found abandoned after a grueling ocean voyage from England to Australia. All she can remember of the journey is that a mysterious woman she calls the authoress had promised to look after her, but the authoress has vanished without trace. Okay, there are 3 different versions: 1913, 1975, 2005. So definitely this novel is spanning through 3 different perspectives or settings. The Sealed Letter by Emma. This is also by the same author whose the first book was Room. So yeah. Helen Codrington is unhappily married. Emily Faithful hasn't seen her once dear friend for years. After bumping into Helen on the streets of Victorian London, Fido finds herself reluctantly helping her to carry on an affair with a young army officer. Okay. The women's friendship quickly unravels amid courtroom accusations of adultery, counter accusations of cruelty, and attempted rape, and the appearance of a mysterious sealed letter that could destroy more than one life. Based on a real life this story is based on a real life scandal that gripped England in 1864. I'm already excited to read this. Committed, a love story by Elizabeth Gilbert. Elizabeth Gilbert fell in love with Felipe, a Brazilian-born Australian citizen resettling in America. They swore eternal fidelity, but also each a survivor of a divorce, enough said, swore never ever to get married. But when Providence intervened in the form of US government, they faced a stark choice: either marry or Felipe could never return to US. Next book is this, The Shadow of the Wind, a popular masterpiece, Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Hidden in the heart of the old city of Barcelona is the Cemetery of Forgotten Books. To this library, a man brings his 10-year-old son Daniel one cold morning in 1945. Daniel is allowed to choose one book and from the dusty shelves pulls The Shadow of the Wind by Julia Carax. But as Daniel grows up, several people seem inordinately interested in his find. What begins as a case of literary curiosity turns into a race to find out the truth behind the love and death of Julian Carax and to save those who left behind. This was my first video. I really hope that you liked my collection, and I will keep coming back with new videos of the books I love to read, the books I didn't like to read, or the books which really taught me something. The books make me, break me, teach me. I live in books, to be very honest. More than real life, I live in books. I live through books. And being a linguist, I would have a different take on the books. And I feel every book helps everybody to grow, to learn a language. If you're reading English, if you're reading Hindi, if you're reading Bengali, if you're reading anything, if you're reading Spanish, any language, if you're reading, it will always improve your language, your communication, your ideas will be more fluid in that particular language. So if you've liked this book haul, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and I would get back with more interesting videos.